Showtime.
Welcome, everyone, to the Rosie and Bill Show. Our guests this week are an incredibly talented and dynamic duo. And in the tradition of Johnny and June, George and Tammy, Garth and Tricia, they get to do what they love to do with the person they love. Please welcome to the Rosie and Bill Show, Joe and Martina. Hey, guys, welcome to the show.
Hey,
Thanks for having us.
Oh, it is our pleasure for sure. We've been looking forward to this for quite some time, and we've got a whole lot to talk with you guys about. But if it's okay, I'd like to start with this. Before Joe and Martina, the duo, before Terabella, turn back the clock, there was Joe and Martina, two young people from agricultural backgrounds in California. How did the two of you come to meet, and how and when did music factor into the equation?
So Joe and I met 13 years ago on this thing called MySpace, if y'all remember what that was. I was a karaoke singer looking to advance my career and start my own band. So I went to MySpace to figure out where to start. And I mean, I didn't even know how to play guitar. And so I found this guy from a neighboring town. He was a top 8 mutual friend. So you knew that was a safe bet. Like he was going to be a good guy. Like his top 8 back then was really important. So, 13 years ago, we ended up starting to sing together. And instantly there was a chemistry that was undeniable. So we then started dating and still sang together. And we just celebrated 10 years of marriage in January. So that was kind of fun for us. And the journey, I think music.
It kind of, they all happened at the same time.
Yeah, it really did.
I mean, the first time we met, I'm a kind of a shy person. And so I literally that first day hanging out, like I hid behind my guitar. We were having like a little backyard barbecue, and I think we sang together that night a little bit.
Yeah.
And after we started dating more seriously, like friends would have us come out, and we'd always end up singing, and everyone would always like it better when we sang together than when we'd sing individually. Yeah. And I think we just kind of started thinking, there's something to this. If we can tolerate each other for a while, I think this might be a good thing.
Yeah,
right. Well, first of all, congratulations on 10 years of marriage.
Thank you. So
a wonderful milestone. Yay. And not easy.
No.
Not easy.
No, it's definitely it's made us stronger. But it definitely ups, downs, sideways, everywhere in between. But that's what makes it absolutely beautiful. So we'll take it.
How was the COVID on the marriage? How was the quarantining on the marriage?
You know what? It's funny. I think because we already work together and spend so much time together, I didn't notice a difference.
Yeah, because we literally do. We wake up together. We'll eat breakfast. We do emails together. We do interviews together. Then it's lunchtime. There's some sort of rehearsal, recording, songwriting. 90% of the time together. And then, I mean, even through the evening and activities and going out with friends, it's always together. So it's almost like it was still normal for us. We just were in our sweatpants a lot more than normal. So
that part of the garment industry probably did quite well during the pandemic.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing they did really great.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this. What was the catalyst for you both to move to Nashville, and what was that transition like?
Well, I think that the thing that brought us over here the most was the potential to songwrite with other people. At least for me, when we lived in California, I would just write all our material by myself. And I don't know, I wanted to learn from the best, and Nashville has the best. And I think also just I don't know. We felt like we had done everything we could on our own out in the West Coast. We'd played every gig worth playing that an independent act could have played, and we just, wanted to get to the next level, and figured this was the place. You got to be present to win.
That's right. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
So we packed up our van and moved out here, and it's probably been the best decision we've made.
Hands down.
Like career wise and even life wise, we just really love Tennessee. We love Nashville. Being around all this music is just, kind of a dream come true.
It's funny that you say that about you wanted to write with the best. I remember years ago watching the TV show Nashville and thinking, oh my gosh, these songs are incredible. Like how do they crank these out week after week, and I think you answered that question.
Yeah. You would be shocked probably how many amazing songs never see the light of day that get written in Nashville, Tennessee. I would say every day, thousands, I would guess thousands of songs as good as you hear on the radio or hear on classic albums get written every day in this town. It's pretty amazing.
What prompted the name change from Tarabella to Joe and Martina, and what was different about Tarabella?
So when we were in California, we were a part of a band because, when you first start off, a lot of music careers, especially in your hometown, they start off as bands. You get a couple of buddies together and you start in a garage sometimes, and then you go play at bars, and that's how you lay your foundation. And so we knew we had this dream of coming to Nashville, and we knew that our band guys wanted to stay home. They weren't as ambitious as us, or I should say as crazy as us with this dream. And so Joe and I decided to become a duo officially. And at the time, what's really funny when we think back on it, we wanted to be Joe and Martina. But at that time, 8 years ago, Dan and Shay wasn't around quite yet. It was, we wanted to be creative with a name. And so we came up with something that represented where we're from in California, and that's farming and ranching. So Tarabella is a small farming community outside of where we're from, and it means beautiful earth in just about every language. And so it really represented us well and created that foundation as a duo. Now, as we progressed with our music and our style and went to traveling, people actually thought that my name was Tarabella and this was my guitar player. So that wasn't very good for branding a married duo. Yeah. So I think it was just before 2020. It was summer of 2019. Yeah.
And we were also, just to be super technical, like we were having technical issues with our online presence due to the fact that there were so many little boutiques called Tarabella. There was hotels. Google launched the satellite called Tarabella. You can't out Google. So even from a purely marketing standpoint, we were just like, we're never going to be able to where you can go to Google, type in Tarabella, and we'd be the first thing that would pop up, and there'd be no question how to find us. But Joe and Martina is just like, boom, there it is.
We're the only hashtag of Joe and Martina in the existence of Instagram. So it's like, it's who we always wanted to be. And we just kind of had that thought and decision back in 2019. We were at a point where we could make that career choice on our own. And it was either like, well, here we go. Either our fans are going to love it or they're going to hate it. Yeah. And so we just kind of went for it. And my goodness, it was the best thing besides moving to Nashville. This is the second best thing we could have ever done. The fans have just latched on. And I mean, Joe and Martina, it just explains who we are. You can spell it easily. Yeah. They recognize country music because, of Joe Diffie and Joe Nichols. There's a lot of Joes in country music. And then Martina, I mean, there's Martina McBride. So there's a lot of just a lot of good stuff. And it made our mamas proud too. Oh.
Actually, my mom wanted to be called
That's true.
Joseph and Martina, but that's a whole other story.
That's a side detail. That's for the next episode.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we like it.
Yeah, thank you.
You were just talking about 2019. Rosie asked earlier about the pandemic, which 2020, and that was kind of a really big transition, a really big time, great time for you guys, as you just said. And one piece of that involves an idol of ours who turns out is an idol of yours, John Berry.
Oh,
Yes.
love John.
Yeah, is I've said for years, in my opinion, one of, if not the best voice on the planet. And we were blessed to have John and Robin on the show almost a year ago.
Oh, fun.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But the song Give Me Back the 90s features John.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, what was it like to record that song with John and to make that awesome video?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's still one of those, like, did that really happen? And not just because it was in 2020, it was just like, it was unbelievable. And someone had a plan and the stars aligned. And now I am forever trying to get a Kleenex endorsement because I cry every time I think about how incredible it was. Because, I mean, I had a poster of John Berry on my wall before I had one of Garth when I was a kid, if that tells you anything. So, I mean, I even have goosebumps talking about it. So I'm gonna let Joe take this one because I will ramble way too much on John Berry.
I mean, honestly, first of all, just to have him agree to do it was an honor because, you know, I'd written that song and you know, you just don't expect someone you look up to like that to actually agree to sing a song with you. And he was, I don't even think he listened to the whole song. He heard the first verse and chorus and was like, yep, I'm in. I love it.
Yeah, that's a true little, like, behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know. And I'll let you finish that part of the story. But John had listened to, he admitted, the first verse and chorus. And he's like, oh, heck yeah, these kids are cool. And I would love to sing on this. So he came over to our home studio to lay down his vocals, which is incredible in itself. And he said that on his drive over, he figured he should listen to his part and was listening through the whole song. And when he gets to the part where Joe says, and a John Berry song, he was like, holy smokes, my name's in this song. So he decided to sing on our song without even realizing that he was a part of it already.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
So
What
anyways,
a validation that is for your
it was very cool.
songwriting.
yeah, it's
Absolutely.
so cool.
And it was fun to record. I mean, I actually like engineered that record too, for the most part, and got to engineer his vocal session. And I don't know, it was like two old friends. It's like I'd recorded him a million times. We had like just a really great repertoire with each other, like going back and forth and making little tweaks and, hey, John, try this, or hey, Joe, what do you think about this? And we just had a really good time. It was like, again, like we're old friends, which we have become really close, great friends.
Oh, they FaceTime all the time. I'm kind of jealous of the relationship.
We talk all the time on the phone. We haven't written, we've written a song, but it's been a minute. We need to write again. It's just, we're just so busy, but yeah, it's been awesome. And the video, just, we had a blast. That was literally the day, Martina always mentions this, so I'm going to mention it today, but it was the day before like quarantine actually like happened, like
official shutdown.
Like they had kind of talked about it, but nothing had really happened. And like literally like the next week, like the world was shut down.
It was crazy.
In fact, when John was on his way to the thing, one of his people had called him like, John, are you sure like this pandemic thing is starting to get kind of bad?
Like, maybe you should sit this
maybe
out,
we should sit this out. He was like, well, it's not tomorrow. I'm already on set right now. So we're doing this thing.
Give me back the 90s in an old honky tonk with my baby and a wine on the song, boots scooting all night under the neon lights. If I could go back, that's where you'd find me. Give me back the 90s. Give me back the 90s.
It was kind of lucky we got that last thing, and it's just we just had a blast. He's such a pro. He's such a sweet guy, and I don't know, I just think he should be like the most famous singer on earth.
Yeah, agreed.
I agree myself, and even behind me I've got books and CDs, and I've got
I see.
on the edge. CD.
I see
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
I see
And
him. There he is.
That's been there for a long time. And Martina, I have to tell you, I came across something on your guys' Facebook page, which I love, by the way. I'm going to give you guys a look at your Facebook page. Lots of positive, fun content.
Oh, thank
and
you.
the sound you get out of that pink brush microphone, pretty amazing. I don't know, Joe, if you're engineering that, but man, that my town, Montgomery Gentry, sounded great.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
You shared a video from 2020 with John, and he's playing Standing on the Edge of Goodbye, and you're on the stool, and you talked about Kleenex. And somebody comes up and gives you one. I mean, what was that like? That was just a powerful, powerful video to watch.
Said I can't eat, I can't sleep. Sometimes I find it hard to breathe. I break down and cry, not knowing why. Now I can't lie. I'm standing on the edge of goodbye. Goodbye.
And you can see it in the video when it all, and I get emotional right now too, when it all just hits me that like, this is what Nashville dreams are made of. Like I'm sitting at the bar that we cut our teeth on. It's, essentially our Nashville foundation,
Right.
And there's our hero that invited me up to sing, Standing on the Edge of Goodbye with him. And ironically enough, I lose it. My head goes into my hands, and that's his daughter-in-law handing me a Kleenex because I'm just losing my mind at this moment. And I will forever hold that so dear to my heart. And it has made me even more of the country music singer that I am today. So
That's a great story.
isn't that great? And I got goosebumps. I'm trying not to cry.
I love when those kinds of things happen. And what's really important, in addition to meeting your hero, is that you got to sing with him, and as an equal, as a colleague, not as a
Right.
some kind of groupie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's I think that is still mind blowing, and I'll never.
Yeah, to gain respect from the people that came before you that you respect so much.
Gosh, yeah.
I mean, we talk about what the definition of quote unquote making it in the music business or whatever. It's like I don't know. I kind of think that's making it, to a certain degree. When the person, you're trying to kind of emulate your career after, like literally goes, "Hey, you're awesome."
I love that you say that, because I'm going to go back to the hairbrush video, Bill, because my town, and I love that you brought that up, because two things: the hairbrush company reposted us, which is awesome because I absolutely love the brand. And I'm like, all right, pick me up, work with me, But then Eddie Montgomery commented on our Instagram when we put it on Instagram, and he did the clapping emojis. He did and I was like, wow, and they were the first national act we had ever opened up for in California.
Yeah.
As when we were still that band originally, they were our very first act.
Yeah.
And taught us a lot about who we wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I know. Woo!
It's every time when there's a Montgomery Gentry reference, obviously, we miss T-Roy, and I remember I saw them, I don't know, 7-8 times. And one of the things I really liked about them was they could both sing, because and they both share, just like you guys, you share it. And because there's some duos, I'm not going to mention any names, but there's been some duos over the years where there was one person and then some other person, but it was a duo.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's great when you can be interchangeable.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Even on My Town, they would, Eddie would would sing the chorus.
Right. And I love that. We have always loved that sound. In fact, going forward, it's actually something like we're trying to implement that more in our music.
Yeah.
It's just a cool thing. It's a cool thing for the ears. Even me going back before that kind of music, I was a huge fan of bands like Blink-182, 2 singers. I'm a big, huge fan of the Eagles.
Yeah.
4 singers, I mean, I just think that it adds a nice variety to a musical act when there's more than one singer.
Let's talk about your latest single, Amarillo's in the Rear View. First of all, we love the video. What's the story behind that song?
Story behind that song is we woke up early. We're driving from Nashville to California to go see our family, and we stayed the night in Amarillo. Woke up pretty early to hit the road. And I don't know, I looked in the rear view mirror as we were just getting outside of town, and that melody and just that phrase just hit, like, Amarillo's in the rear view. This old Chevy, our van, is headed west. Didn't make, and then I kind of stopped it there, and I held on to that for a while and brought it back to Nashville to write with a really good friend of mine, Lisa Day. And we started talking about kind of what my concept for it was. And I kind of thought about that song, Amarillo by Morning by George Strait, you know, and in that song, he's being a little bit negative in the verses, going like, all this stuff has gone bad, but you know, I'm going to be in Amarillo and everything's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. And I thought, Lisa, I said to her, Lisa, what if he got to Amarillo and everything went terrible? What's he gonna do at that point? She's like, I don't know. And I'll tell you what he's gonna do. He's gonna get in his truck, go back to where he's from, and do it all over again, because that's what people who are passionate do, whether it's rodeo or whether it's music. And I just kind of related what we do with our music career to what professional rodeo folks do. And Martina and I have been blessed to have so many friends in that industry. And we have so many friends out on the road right now doing, you know, we bronc riders, barrel racers, you name it, team ropers. We know just about every, you know, different discipline you can do in rodeo.
We grew up in the rodeo circuit, but on the stages of the rodeo circuit, you know, it's really cool. It's really cool.
So just hearing all those stories over the years and stuff just kind of inspired that whole thing. And I actually started recording it as me lead vocal. Yeah. But I never have rodeo. I'm just be honest. I've never rodeo. I know, again, tons of people, but Martina did for a while. And she walks in one day hearing me like sing a vocal for it. And she's like, that's my song, dude. Like, scrap all that.
I did. I'm a very honest wife.
She's like, you ain't singing that song. And I was like, okay. And then the second she said it, though, I'm like, duh. Like, of course you need to sing this song. So we reworked it, and I don't know. I just think Martina gives such an authentic, like, vocal, because she's lived it. She's lived it, not only like the traveling musician thing that we do, but she also has done the rodeo thing. And I don't know, it's just a song about perseverance. That's the main thing, because God knows that this music stuff doesn't always go good, and rodeo stuff definitely doesn't always go good. But you know, you only become a champion or you know, by keep doing it.
Never quit.
Yeah.
Well, and that's something, guys, that I really enjoyed about in that video, before the song's even playing, the message each of you gives. It's about your dreams. It's about not giving up. I mean, that clip right there could be a motivational video for corporations, for organizations. You could just cut that part right out even before the song and inspire a lot of people. So,
thank you.
Oh, that's what we hope to do, and not only through our music, but just you know, with experiences, and to let everyone know that, you know, you're not alone. It is hard. Yeah. No matter what, you know, the music industry is just like every other industry. You start at the bottom of a corporate ladder and you bust your butt to get to the top. Yeah. And sometimes a step is going to break and you'll stumble a little bit, but you just keep going. Yeah. And you just keep your eye on the prize and
keep your eye forward.
Yeah. You know? So that's if we can help people see that, then we're doing our job.
Right.
Yeah. Amen to that. Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of newer music, or at least I'm going to make an assumption that we need to talk about that in a second, because I also noticed on your Facebook page the title to one of my favorite BTO songs, "You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet," and something about a single coming next or soon, or whatever. What's up with that?
Well, I gotta give my dad a shout out for the you ain't seen nothing yet, because he calls me every time that song comes on the radio. He calls me and blasts it through his truck stereo and puts his phone on speaker.
Doesn't even say hello. It's just playing when you answer.
You ain't seen nothing yet, you know. And I'm just like, and he always says, that's what you got to tell your fans. That's what you got to tell them. Like, I know you guys have done a bunch of stuff, but they ain't seen nothing yet, you know, like.
And this has happened this year.
Yeah,
like just in the last month, he's like told us this and encouraged us out of us. So we're like,
you
okay.
know, we just kind of use that for this new single we have, because honestly, I feel like we do have a new song coming out, and it's unlike anything we've done yet. We have just a lot of cool visual stuff with it too, you know, another music video that's just really, I don't know, it's cool. I think that the phrase "you ain't seen nothing yet" is very appropriate.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, we're not going to come out with like something totally oddball. It's still going to sound like Joe and Martina, but it's definitely on a different level than everything we've done before.
And look, the music video, I'm cowgirl through and through, and I am obsessed with Amarillo's in the rear view and everything about it. From, you know, that the other cowgirl is Joseph's cousin, is our baby cousin, you know, who rodeos at Colorado State. And the other cowboy that's in it is a kid that I grew up with. And that's his family's ranch that's 2 miles from my parents' house and 2 miles from the hometown rodeo. So like, there's so much about that video that was just so Joe and Martina. Yeah. And this next one, I think it's my favorite. Yeah. So that and the song and just everything. And I don't know, I'm going to say it first right here. You guys are hearing it first. I think yesterday we made the decision. I think we're going to take it to radio.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's that good.
Well, that's exciting.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah.
We feel real good about it.
We feel really good.
Well, we can't wait to hear it.
We're excited for you guys too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you come to the Philadelphia area, you've got to reach out to us and let us know, because we'll be there. Now that things are opening up, you know, Bill and I, we've been definitely hunkering down, me more so than him. But we're excited to get back out there and hear about music and especially our former guests. And so we wish you all the best with the new, you know, with Amarillo in the rear view and this new song that you're going to release. And we thank you for coming on the show. And we're going to close out the show with one of your songs.
All right. Thank you for having us.
It's our pleasure. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. And right now, please enjoy Joe and Martina.
Hi, I'm Martina Costa.
I'm Joe Costa.
Well, this song is everything about chasing your dream. And the most important part is never giving up on that dream. Things get hard, things get tough, and the journey can be long, but don't ever quit and don't ever not see the end of the tunnel. Just keep your chin up and just do your thing.
You know, this song is really about, it's not about romanticizing rodeo or being out on the road. It's about the realness of it and the struggles. And these are the things that we think about when we're driving away from a gig or driving away from a rodeo that maybe didn't go well. And it's having the courage to get up and do it all over again.
Amarillo's in the rear view, and this old Chevy's heading west. Didn't make the go round at the rodeo, so I loaded up and left. Gold buckle dreams keep me gunning all through hell and Cheyenne. Smarter cowgirl might quit running. That's not the kind I am. Just don't get it, the way I'm living out here on the road. They don't know the taste of freedom, how sweet some days go. Well, I've earned every scar from living this hard. I lost count of all the cowtowns along the way. Won't make me stay. Amarillo's in the rear view, and this old Chevy's heading west. Didn't make the go 'cause I'm getting tired of being tough. Like right now, I like the sound of settling down, but I know it ain't enough. Well, these seconds light a spark and burning up my heart and drawing me like a moth to a flame and calling my name. Amarillo's in the rear view and this old Chevy's heading west. I've got nothing but a clear view of these horses pounding in my chest. Go back on dreams, keep me guiding all through hell and Cheyenne. Smarter cowgirl might be running. That's not the kind I am. Smarter cowgirl might quit running. That's not the kind I am.
Yeah. Phew.